Is this the year finally the Ravens are going to beat Kansas City? Because Patrick Mahomes, 5-1 in his career against the Ravens with 14 touchdown passes and just three interceptions. Are the Packers for real? Did they get caught looking ahead to this Sunday night matchup with the Cowboys when they got upset at Cleveland last week? Or was that 2-0 start simply a mirage? And are the Colts for real? 3-0 start, cheap underdog in LA against the Rams. Did the Rams get up off the floor after that horrific loss on that blocked field goal attempt at Philadelphia? Those are the three games that I'm going to break down for you today here on the Video Report. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, General Manager at DeMarcosports.com. And yes, this is going to be your Sunday Video Report. And despite that 0-3 performance here on the Video Report, my football and basketball plays combined, the plays that I'm giving away over the past 11 months are 70 and 39. 70 out of 109. And these are the plays you're getting for free. And the overwhelming majority of you watching this video report, probably 98% of you, are not customers at my site, DeMarcosports.com, and that's okay. I don't care. But it's kind of interesting because most of you would pay a fortune to have a handicapper go 70 and 39 with picks that you would gladly pay for. But 70 and 39, and you've gotten them for free. But I have only my second losing day in football here on the Video Report since the regular season started. And of course, the Boo Birds come out, which, listen, guys, ask me if I give a, can I say that four-letter word? I probably can't, but I'm going to be nice today to this point. But that's how it rolls. Listen, this channel was 16 years old a couple of weeks ago, and I've been doing that for 24 years. Ask me if I care. I really don't. Because when you send in negative comments, well, that opens the door for new members, ladies and gentlemen of the Cockroach Club. And you should know how much I delight in doing this, mocking those of you that leave comments. So, yes, I could be like my mother, my late mother, whose birthday is tomorrow, and advocate for the Bambi principle, which if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. I prefer to go more along with my lines of my late father, a Marine, former president of a labor union, who, of course, his philosophy was always have a conversation with somebody you disagree with by leading with your left and following through with a hard right. And if you don't like what somebody says, just end that conversation quickly. So, Golden Mine 4523. Oh, yes, Golden Mine 4523. All your picks lost. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. But I kind of find it interesting, Golden Mine 4523, that you have joined that channel, my channel, 10 years ago. You're telling me I didn't make you money over these years because you've never been a customer over at DeMarcosports.com. Hey, Rob, and I'm not going to give your username because, A, I can't pronounce the damn thing. But Rob, you last made a purchase at DeMarcosports.com in 2021. Before that, it was 2017. So you're nothing but a freeloader now, too. Not sure what you were thinking today, Al, but these were some of the most horrendous calls you've made in years. Are you serious? Are you effing serious? I started off the season by winning 10 of my first 15 college football complimentary plays. And FYI, college football best bets on Saturday, 16-6-1. The past 23 Saturdays going back to last year. FYI, today, top rated 15 dime football winner, number 31 out of 46. For those of you that are short-circuited on math, that means I'm 30 and 15 with those plays after pushing with Texas A&M yesterday. And because I like to be honest and I'm fair, those that pushed with Texas A&M yesterday, because you were wise enough to follow my advice and buy down that half point from 6.5 to 6, you're going to get my winner on the Browns and Lions for free, complimentary, because that's how I roll. Yeah, those are horrendous calls with the best bets because the free plays are the best of the worst. And then AJ Worse -NW5CL. Let's see, you subscribed to the channel just a year ago. Yes, a few weeks ago, you sent me a couple of complimentary messages when I swept the board. Last night, though, nice picks today with the clown face. Yeah, well, you're nothing but a, yeah, I can call you an asshole. Yeah, that's what you are. And you're blocked. Oh, let me just do this. Hold it. Oh, I love doing this. Blocked from the channel. There you go. Oh, I love it. I'm telling you, we got to get the T-shirts made for the Cockroach Club before quit here in a couple of months. So there you go. I had fun today. So with that being said, by the way, again, top rated 15 dime football, best bet winner 31 out of 46. That's what I'm doing today. It's on the Browns and Lions. It matches my Thursday winner, another horrendous pick when I gave you the Seahawks. Matches last Sunday's winner, another horrendous pick when I give you the Chargers. I'm really struggling here. And I will remind you, as usual, that if you've never made a purchase at the site, you can get all the plays of all the handicappers for free using the 2-day access pass. You see it advertised there at the bottom of the site, where you get my play and all the plays of all the handicappers with no strings attached using the 2-day free all access pass. You pick the days. It can be today and tomorrow, today and next Saturday. The choice is yours. And I've been doing it for 24 years, and it's been wildly successful because it's the ultimate way to get a sampling of all the handicappers and the way they write their analysis. Just about all these guys are former journalists, and everybody analyzes games differently. So again, the 2-day free all access pass, check it out over at DeMarcosports.com. Yesterday was not a good day for any of the handicappers. I'll just be honest with you at the site. Rick Torino, who 2 weeks ago told me he was going to go with Penn State against Oregon. He was 25-7 with his 100 dime max wager plays over the past 3 years. 25-7. He's getting hate mail today because he lost with Penn State. 25-7, loses a game and gets hate mail. That's how it goes in this business. If you don't have a thick skin, you can't be in this business. So when guys write in and say, hey, Al, how do I get in this business? I really want to be a handicapper. I tell most of them they couldn't handle it. Cue Jack Nicholson from all the, what is that Good Men movie? I can't remember the damn movie. You can't handle it because you wouldn't be able to take the hate mail. You wouldn't be able to take the death threats. You wouldn't be able to take the constant ridicule. You couldn't. Oh, you can roll when good times are here. You wouldn't be able to have it because you don't have thick skin. You couldn't be like me who just doesn't give a, oh, can't use that four-letter word here on YouTube, I don't think. But anyway, let's talk about the complimentary plays. I'll run these in reverse chronological order, and then I'll rate these games for you. Let's talk about the Sunday night game first. Green Bay opened the week at 3 points. Now they're a 6.5-point favorite. Some places 7, but you can easily get 6.5 points. And I like the Packers here. I think last week, and I used them as my second complimentary play, not my best bet. Last week, my best bet happened to be the Texans, and they were, the Jaguars over the Texans, and they were a winner. I think they simply got caught looking ahead to this game with the Cowboys here, and you can certainly understand why. And it cost them after a 2-0 start. Now, how did Cleveland win that game? Because their defensive line was simply dominant, and they constantly put the pressure on Jordan Love, who had a miserable day. But you have a Dallas team that doesn't have a defensive line because their best defensive player now wins a Packers uniform. And Micah Parsons has slowly acclimated himself to the Green Bay defense, but he's had more than enough time. Yes, he has a 27% pass rush win rate, and he leads the team in pressures with 15, and he's had 4 quarterback hits and 2 quarterback sacks, but I think Mike is going to be primed to have a big game here tonight. And remember, the Cowboys are down 2 starting offensive linemen. Guard Tyler Brooks is out. Their starting center, Cooper Beebe, is also out. And I think that this is just an ideal situation for the Packers to explode. You know they're going to be pumped up. You know they're going to be following Parsons' lead here tonight. And Love is going to have plenty of time back in the pocket. This Dallas secondary and defense has allowed a league-high 13 passes travel at least 25 yards. And for a Cowboys team that doesn't blitz much, I think that is just the perfect recipe for success for Love. And, they're allowing a passer rating of 61.2% on third down. So you look at the Cowboys now, and that defense, they gave up the 24 points at Philadelphia, and that was a game where when we had the delay in that season opener, both teams' offenses just were stilted when they returned to the field. Otherwise, I think both teams would have kept scoring. But then you looked at what happened. They gave up 37 points in overtime in the win at home against the Giants, and they gave up 31 points at Chicago. They only have 4 sacks in 3 games so far. I know the Cowboys have been able to run the ball successfully, but the Packers have been very stout with their run defense, giving up just 3.2 yards per carry. And then you look at the Dallas offense; they lost C.D. Lamb, so that's going to hurt. So I think it's a very fair price with Green Bay. And I don't care where you get the Packers between 6 and 7.5. I'm buying down the half point in that particular spot. Reminder, you see the subscribe now button down there. Subscribe and you'll always be alerted to when my next video report will be available. Probably, maybe. How's that? Oh, I'm not sure. I might be here on Monday because you've got two games, only one of which is good. And but anyway, you'll always be alerted when I update my next video. Okay, so that's the Green Bay play, and got a couple more here for you to talk about. Let's talk about the Baltimore-Kansas City game. As I alluded to in the intro of this video report, Kansas City has simply owned this with Patrick Mahomes 5-1 straight up, and that includes the postseason. Remember last year in the season opener at Kansas City, Chiefs won that one 27-20. Short week for the Ravens, but also an embarrassing performance on Monday night against Detroit as they lost 38-30. The offensive line afforded Lamar Jackson no protections. He was sacked 7 times. Derrick Henry, fumbleitis here in the past couple of games. But I just have a feeling that the Ravens are going to get the job done today because this is by far the least good. I was really going to say the least good. This is the worst. The worst Kansas City team that the Ravens have faced in that reign of power that Mahomes has exerted over Baltimore here in his career. They don't have many offensive playmakers. I don't care that Xavier Worthy is going to come back with a shoulder harness today. They don't have a strong ground game, and that's where you really have to take advantage of Baltimore, as we saw what the Lions did with Gibbs and Montgomery on Monday night. And I think that you're going to see Baltimore rebound. Now, listen, the Ravens' defense has been pathetic. They are last in the league. They've got to play a little better here today. I think this is going to be a potential shootout game. Sometimes people will say, oh, what are the odds makers trying to tell you? The odds makers aren't trying to tell you. Can't use that 4-letter word either, but starts with a D. They aren't trying to tell you anything here. The fact is the Ravens deserve to be a 2.5-point favorite here. And I think Baltimore, even though it's a short week, they get the job done. And I like Baltimore in this spot, minus the 2.5. And you should not be paying 3 here. I mean, there's so many 2.5s out there. Go with Baltimore. Finally, you've got the Rams, minus 3.5 at home against Indianapolis. Rams coming off that heartbreaking loss in Philadelphia, right? The defense played outstanding. 5 sacks at Jalen Hurts. The offense played well, too. I mean, Matt Stafford, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the year already, 66.3% completions and 5 touchdowns. They've got a strong ground game with Kyren Williams, 226 yards, 4.1 yards per carry. Blake Corum comes in there, and he's got that speedy, shifty type of back, 99 yards in limited action, but 7.1 yards per carry. Yes, Indy is 3-0, but who is Indy 1 and beaten? Miami, 0-3. Tennessee, 0-3. Denver on a fluky late call at the end of the game. Now you've got the Colts playing a second straight game, going to the West Coast. They're down 1 offensive line starter, missing their starting right guard. They're missing one of their starting wide receivers, Alex Pierce, who has 9 catches, averaging 19 yards a pop. Missing their starting slot cornerback, Kenny Moore II. Yes, Jonathan Taylor leads the NFL with 338 yards. Yes, Daniel Jones has been tremendous. But remember, the LA run defense is yielding just 3.9 yards per carry. And Jones is going to face a LA pass rush that already has 12 sacks, 5 against a much more mobile Jalen Hurts a week ago. And they're, I think that the Rams will be able to run on Indianapolis, a team that's giving up 4.8 yards per carry, 24th in the league. And their pressure rate, the Colts' pressure rate, is only 15.9%. That's the amount of times and the number of plays that they are able to generate significant pressure on the opposing quarterback. That is 28th in the league. And I find these numbers significant because the Colts' new defensive coordinator is the Bengals' old defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo, I think is how you pronounce his last name. And think about how the Bengals defense was so pathetic the past couple of years. Couldn't stop the run, couldn't generate much pass rush, right? This is what the Colts are doing now. And I think in this particular case, the Colts are getting too much respect and the number is too short. I think this is a golden opportunity to ride the much better team. Forget about the fact that they're coming off the heartbreaking loss. If this had been a second straight road game for LA, I'd be more concerned. But back at home, I think the Rams -3.5 is a damn cheap price. So now let's recap these plays. Rams, number one today. Packers, number 2. And again, Baltimore would be number 3. So the Rams, and I'm buying down the half point with Los Angeles. Green Bay, number 2, buying down the half point with the Packers. Number 3, Baltimore. That'll do it, guys. Wish you well, and hope you win some money today. Good luck, everybody.